Let's start.
So yesterday's session, we're understanding what Pega is. అంతే కదా? In that process, we understood Pega is one automated tool. So where you'll be having everything related to UI part and everything related to backend part and even database part. In fact, reporting part, deployment part, integration part, even. Just to design any web application, what are all the phases required? Everything is automated in this particular Pega tool. Okay. So maybe if you wanted to design such application in traditional approach, consider not with Pega. So there for UI, you have to write your own front-end coding and backend. Your client might choose Java as the background. Maybe your client might choose maybe Python, whatever it is, background of there must be like backend coding to be done. Whereas for database part అయితే we have to write your SQL queries and ఇక్కడ reporting tableau ఇలా యూస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. So with this Pega, you need not have any prior skill without you knowing what HTML is, without you knowing what Java is. So you are trying to build an application, yes, right? So there is nothing like physical coding required anywhere at all. So no prerequisite to learn Pega. So this is what the statement we concluded yesterday. And if you wanted to design any kind of UI, so all the UI elements are ready where you can drag and drop. And then where you can drag and drop. Generally, whatever you are seeing in terms of UI design, as I told you, they are called as UI elements, right? There are two types of UI elements. What are those? Someone please tell me, online people. Chepandi Mirena. Data
Data capture,
capturing, data display.
Display.
Data display. Okay. Maybe if my client is asking me to include an image, does this comes under capturing or displaying part? It comes under display part, right? Maybe if my requirement is to include a drop down, so is it like data capture or data display?
Displays.
Drop down.
Displays.
We are capturing something from the user, right? Suppose ikkada gender అనేది ఉంటుంది, where you'll see option as male or female. So maybe in my case I'll select male, maybe in some other case female select చేసుకుంటారు. Whatever it is, this is like capturing one customer information or not. So this we call it as data capturing. Sorry, data capturing. Okay, so for every data capture, there must be like column maintained into its database table. Am I correct? Okay, suppose ఇప్పుడు if this is like Amazon registration. As part of Amazon registration, there will be a text box for first name, right? There will be a text box for last name, maybe mobile number, gender, whatever. If you are clicking on submit button, so next screen low, congratulations, your account is registered, and you'll get some message. And there you have to click on login. You have to enter your first name and last name, అనుకోండి, just an example. So whatever the details I'm entering, it has to cross check in the database table whether this is already registered or not, right? Meaning as part of screen number 1, there is something like hitting database table, and every data capturing is to be maintained with one column. Am I correct? Yes, right? Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4 is one customer ID or transaction number. And there must be a column for holding his first name. There must be a column holding his last name. There must be a column holding mobile number. So how many data capturing are there? Those many columns must be 200% be available in table. Everyone agree with this? Yes or no? Chepandi. Yes, right? Online people, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, fine. So whatever it is, today 90 percentage projects, not even 90, maybe most percentage of projects are running on 8th version, and latest things mottam it is running on 24 version. Okay, and here I'll be having some application. Suppose ఇప్పుడు Axis Bank, which is developed on 8.7 అనుకోండి, and maybe something like HDFC Bank, which is developed on 24. So here there will be user interface, and there will be backend, and there will be some database part, right, everywhere. And ikkada for UI, We are using HTML, no doubt CSS, and we are using JavaScript as backend scripting part. And in this latest Constellation part, so front end is completely designed with same HTML, same CSS, but extra JavaScript library, which is like React. So this is one extra change. And why clients are going for Constellation? And don't say it as simply React coding. There will be different reasons called center out approach, static server network, ila anamata. Okay, so for now, just one line of statement why client are going for Constellation UI ante. For today, you have to understand it is because of React coding. Okay, and you need not learn what is React on. You need not understand what is JavaScript. Still, you can achieve your complete requirement. So this is what we clearly understood till yesterday's session. Okay, so Pega is one automated tool on what technology in the background? Java. It is purely developed on Java. So, ikkada, whatever your background requirement might be, suppose this is my UI part. Then, so day one, after you joining one company, your client will ask you to design some UI and content. As I told you, you'll simply drag and drop and take care of validation part. And then take care of styling part. And maybe you'll take care of something alignments or background colors, whatever it is, UI part is easy. Once this UI part is done, no doubt there must be some button kind of to capture the details in the database table. Okay, we're entering some data and it should be obviously stored into backend. Backend and no doubt database table. So now on click of this button, generally what happens until you take Facebook registration page, you'll enter your data on click of submit button. Generally what happens? Generally there will be two requirements. One is like immediately one email must be triggered to you. And then, so congratulations, thank you for registration. One email triggering happens. And the other one might be an SMS. Okay, and other one might be like storing the data into database table, right? So here, whatever your background requirement might be. Suppose today, if you are joining in a company like TCS, I'm your HR, consider I'm your HR. So what I'll do today, I'll be running some onboarding related process where in screen number one, we'll collect your personal details. Screen number two will collect your maybe address details. Screen number three, past employment details. Likewise, we will be collecting all the 10 screen information on card. Once if I finalize your confirmation or onboarding, so there must be one employee ID generated and it will be maintained in TCS database, correct? From that day onwards, you will be applicable with health insurance also, correct? So health insurance ante it will be maintained completely at third party. So consider Medi Assist. This is one insurance company in India. So here, after you are an employee in TCS, so you will be added with a record into this table also automatically. Yes, right? Antegani, you will not again go to this Medi Assist office and you'll not get it like separately registered. And what is happening as part of this registration, there might be backend requirement of email triggering. There might be backend requirement of SMS. There might be backend requirement of storing the data in their database and storing the data into third party database. Yes, right? So third party database. When I say third party database, it can be done in two different ways. It can be done in two different ways. Suppose if you go for an Axis Bank, general, normal functional, if you go for an Axis Bank and if I am the clerk there. So if you are asking me about like credit card registration, simple ga, will I give you a credit card kit? No, right? You have to check for your eligibility. Yes, right? So in terms of PAN card number, I'll collect your PAN card number. And on click of this button, I'll be getting your CIBIL score, based on which we will decide whether you are completely eligible or not, or rejected or partial approved or whatever it is, this score is deciding. Am I correct? So this is the process running in Axis Bank. Similarly, if you go to HDFC Bank, also the same process, correct? If you go to something like SBI Bank, also same process, correct? So in every or every bank, whatever it is, this is running something common. So here, on click of this search button, is it getting data from Axis database? And no. So this PAN card and this CIBIL score information is not maintained at any single bank database. It will be maintained something like RBI, అనుకోండి, just an example. So RBI, and this is their database. Now, if application number 1, if they are hitting this request should be sent to RBI. RBI should search in their database and it is getting the data and it is sending back to application 1. Am I correct? Similarly, application 2 is also hitting this main RBI and it is processing and sending back. So in this process, we call this application as requester application. Two different applications ఉన్నాయి లేవా? So requester application. And this one we call it as provider application. This is also called upstream application and this is also called downstream application or consumer application, whatever it is. Okay. So దీన్ని టెక్నికల్ గా ఇంటిగ్రేటింగ్ విత్ థర్డ్ పార్టీ అంటారు. సో ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో స్ట్రైట్ అవే they'll ask you, did you have or did you worked on integrations or not? If so, is your application a requester or is your application maybe a provider? అంతే కదా. So today you can join in Axis Bank project అనుకోండి, you are requester there. Maybe I'm also Pega developer. Maybe in RBA project అయితే my application is provider, correct, right? So at provider level, how did you handle accepting a request? And how did you run one SQL query automatically? How did you send it back? So they'll ask you multiple questions on this. Maybe if you are the requester, again, how did you handle this sending it for third party? Is it like sent to third party application or is it sent to third party database directly? Okay. So sometimes we will be sending input to application 2 there and they will process internally and they'll send back the response. Okay. And in some other scenarios, so third party వాళ్ళు, consider RBI వాళ్ళు, whatever their database is, they'll give access to us directly. Getting my point? They'll give access to us. So from here, how to directly interact with third party database and how did you go for interactions? This is what they might ask you. Fine. So whatever your background requirement might be, whatever it is, you say anything. So we require Java code in this scenario. అంతే కదా. Okay, my Amazon application or maybe my Flipkart application is running on Pega today. So అంటే background అంతా ఏంటి? Java, right? Now on click of this, I have to do these many backend scenarios, nothing but these many Java executions should happen, correct? So you need not write one line of Java code also. For every of your requirement, Java code is ready. Yesterday, we have seen some sample for this part. Am I correct? That's right. Likewise, you'll have some predefined Java for sending an SMS, predefined Java for running one SQL query automatically, predefined Java for running SQL query with third-party database, whatever it is. For everything, Java is predefined. And no one will bother you what is the Java code or they will not share pen and paper to write that Java code. అదే మీరు ఒక జావా డెవలపర్ లాగా వెళ్తే, consider I'm a Pega developer. You are Java developer. So maybe in your interview, they might ask you Java coding part. And in my interview, no one will ask you. No one will ask. Why? Because in Pega, Java is completely there. What you have to do? Nothing other. So with that predefined Java code, I have to generate my output. I have to send email for all the employees. Straight in interviews, what they might ask you is, as part of, consider I'm like TL అనుకోండి, where I'm taking interview for you. So my requirement is I wanted to design a screen where on click of this, one email must be triggered to the respective person. So something ikkada rahul@gmail.com, whatever the email ID he is entering, one email must be triggered. Along with that, one email must be triggered for all the remaining employees. Today you join some company, so you will get an email, and every one of us also will get an email saying like so and so person joined. This is his skill set. This is his some kind of profile. So that my project, if there is any requirement, I can contact him. So how to send email for that particular person, and how to send email for 100 customers or 100 persons. And it is not 100 standard figure, right? So in our company, how many employees are there? So those many members ki email trigger avala leda. Okay, so it is not standard figure. So how do you manage this bulk emails? This is what they might ask. Fine. And every day, midnight 12 o'clock, one email must be rolled for all the customers. It might be 1 lakh customers. How do you handle this? And you are understanding that there is predefined Java for sending an email. What is the name? Yesterday we have seen. What is the rule? What is the name? Yesterday we have seen with for that. Email send notification. What is that? Send
Send email.
notification. Okay, yesterday we have searched with a name. What is this? Send email notification. Fine. So send email notification, you are having Java code. Now I wanted to use that for sending email for one person. I wanted to use that for sending email for 100 customers. Meaning you have to do that process repeated. You have to make something kind of looping. Looping అంటే some repeated process, right? Okay. And you have to do the same thing automatically executed at midnight 12 o'clock. So how to schedule an email triggering? How to send email for bulk customers? How to send email for only the respective parameterized value? So if you know working on one single thing, all its related things can be easy for you. Okay, so after you starting interviews on content, initial technical round will be there. No doubt, Pega technical person they'll handle. After this, maybe level 2 or round 2 might be there. Finally, there will be managerial round, correct? Managerial round. And if I'm that manager, I need not know what Pega is also. So generally, manager ante he should be having knowledge on managing the project. That's it. So he need not be having Java skill, and he might not be having Pega skill also. In my project, so my manager 20 years experienced, almost like 22 years experienced. Okay, he's having complete experience on testing only. Today, he is delivery manager for our Pega project. He don't know Pega, but he's delivery manager for Pega. Entire my projects మొత్తాన్ని deliver చేసేది అతను. So final గా after you are coming to my project, my manager will take you around, right? And there he will ask you these scenarios. Okay, so if my requirement is to send email for 100 customers, how will you do in Pega? That's it. Okay, so for that, whatever you are saying, అది completely correct కాదనేది he might not know. Complete correct కాదనేది technical person can ask for some extra justifications, but manager, he might not know. And he might ask you that if a customer is registering, I wanted to immediately add 10,000 rupees cash back for him in wallet. How to do this under? So for all the backend requirements, whatever predefined Java is there, then how to utilize it and you have to understand. Okay. So all these are like functional related questions. So without Pega knowledge, ఇది ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయినా సేమే కదా. These questions are like same in every project, right? Today you work as Java developer, application requirements undava, yes, right? And tomorrow you might work in Python project. So still the requirements are same, right? Functional requirements will be everywhere same. So manager can ask you any question. Whatever you are saying correct kadanedi only he might understand little percentage. Okay, that's fine. That is different context. So finally, you should know what is like predefined Java, and you should know how to use it. You need not write coding at all. Similarly, SQL queries also will be auto-generated. Suppose if I click on this button, I see one SQL query to be stored in this database and one SQL query required for third-party database. So database will understand only SQL queries. Front-end application might be developed on Java or Pega, Python, .NET, whatever it might be. If you wanted to interact with the database, it can understand only SQL queries. Now Java is generating one SQL query, right? So how it is generating and how much time it is taking. And if you wanted to customize that SQL query, where exactly you'll do that, even you do that. Okay, you'll come to know all these things. So online, everyone following, right? Please confirm me. Online people, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So finally, we are deciding or we're understanding Pega is one automated tool to design any kind of web application. Now, to be more particular, applications will be of two types. Applications will be of two types. Consider if you wanted to get one Citibank credit card account, generally what you do? So if you wanted to know some Citibank offers, what you will do? So you will try to open citi.com in your Google browser, in your browser, and there you'll get some information. This information is common for every one of us. Maybe I might be from Australia. You might be from maybe UK, and another person might be from Japan, whatever it is. So for every one of us, we will be getting the same content. Am I correct? Yes, right? So this is one application, web application, and this is hosted on internet. If this is public, everyone can access the same. Fine. Similarly, if you go to Citibank in person, bank veller account. So there, once you are trying to step into the bank, there might be an attendant asking for your requirement. Maybe if first customer one was not, if customer one is saying like, I'm looking for credit card, they will ask him to go to counter number one. And counter number one lo credit card applications. Counter number two lo loan applications. Counter number three lo accounts. Counter number four lo maybe cashier lo annadu anukondi. First customer will go here, second customer, third customer according to that. And if I'm the clerk, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to access one application, right? So this is to generate all the credit card requests. Am I correct? Yes, right? Fine. And this application is used to generate all the loan requests. Okay. And a particular application, if you are the customer, can you access this application? Yes or no? If you are the customer going for a bank, can you access their applications? No.
No.
And if I'm the clerk, I can access, right? Can I access this maybe from my home? No, right? No. What are you understanding? These applications are meant for used by employees only, and that too from their server only. Am I correct? So these type of applications, we call it as intranet applications. Intranet ante, so server based, only limited people can access, not every one of us. Okay, fine. So two types of applications. One is like main website and the other one is like internal or intranet applications. Now with Pega or ఇక్కడ city client requirement ఏంటి? They wanted to build one website application and they wanted to build internal applications, right? So here, if they wanted to go with Pega, so using Pega, they will be developing only internal applications. You take any organization, Citibank lo project undi, Pega project undi ante, it must be like designing for their internal only. Okay, maybe I might be working in Bank of America project. So I should develop their internal applications only. So today every client is choosing Pega to design their internal, not the main website. Can't we design main website? And yes, we can do it. But in terms of license and in terms of budget issues, so in any client is not choosing Pega for their external applications development. అర్థమైందా? సో ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అప్లికేషన్స్ అనేది చాలా సింపుల్. సో స్టాటిక్గా ఒక 4-5 పేజెస్ ఉంటాయి. హోమ్ పేజ్ ఉంటుంది, మేబీ లైక్ కాంటాక్ట్ అస్ పేజ్ ఉంటుంది, రివార్డ్ పాయింట్స్ పేజ్ ఉంటుంది, హార్డ్లీ లిమిటెడ్ పేజెసే కదా. సో జేఎస్పి ఆర్ హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫిక్స్డ్ పేజెస్ చేసుకుంటే, సో దిస్ డిజైన్ విల్ బి లైక్ స్టాటిక్, అది ఫ్రీక్వెంట్గా చేంజ్ అయ్యేది ఉండదు. సో దీస్ అప్లికేషన్స్ విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ ఇంటర్నల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్స్. So where it should be going for approvals and where it should be going for somewhere like hand off to other departments. So there will be something like work objects running out, flows, processes ఇలా ఉంటాయి. Okay, I'll use this terminology slowly. So for now we're understanding internal applications are to be designed with Pega. So you take one more example. Suppose if you wanted to book one railway ticket, generally what you do? So you'll be opening IRCTC website, correct? IRCTC website. Okay, and particularly if you wanted to book a Tatkal ticket అనుకోండి, so at sharp 10 o'clock you are supposed to sit before this application and then you have to try booking a ticket. So can we guarantee 100% confirmation? And no. Can we guarantee? No. Okay, and that too process will take minimum of 2 to 3 minutes, right? So minimum 2 to 3 minutes time, and we cannot guarantee 100%. Suppose if we are going to railway counter, if you are going to railway station, maybe if you're standing in the queue there and if you're asking for the same Tatkal ticket, so it will be done maximum in 10 seconds itself. Chala speed ga avutunda leda, and that too almost 100% probability will be there. So what is happening in this case or in this case? So background lo database will be same every time. Okay, so and so from Hyderabad to Chennai, train number 1234 has got 100 tickets uncounted. So if a customer is booking from here or here, overall 100 tickets. So channels are different, but overall seats are limited. Okay. Now this application, it just to book the ticket, it is taking long time, correct? And this application, it is like doing the same very fast. What is the difference? What is the difference? So two major differences. అదేంటంటే IRCTC is public application అంతేనా, every one of us can access. And this application, can you use that? No. So only railway employee can use it. And that too, if you can look at that particular screen, ఎప్పుడైనా చూస్తుంటే it will be like black and white screen. And this application will be colorful. Am I correct? సో ఇప్పుడు యాడ్స్ రన్ అవుతూ సంథింగ్ కలర్ఫుల్గా అట్రాక్టివ్గా డిజైన్ చేయాలి. అండ్ దిస్ అప్లికేషన్ దే విల్ నాట్ వేస్ట్ దేర్ టైమ్ ఆర్ టెక్నాలజీ ఫర్ స్టైల్స్. ఎందుకు? హార్డ్లీ లిమిటెడ్ పీపుల్గా యూజ్ చేసేది. సో హియర్ దిస్ అప్లికేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ లోడెడ్ విత్ ఎక్స్ట్రా సిల్వర్ లైట్ టెక్నాలజీస్. This is not loaded with extra CSS part. So just basic frame laga ఉంటుంది, frame normal application ante. And this is to be like colorful, and that too here users count will be more, and users count will be 10 ante. Employees are users. One employee is logging in and he can do different things. Maybe he's registering different customer, whatever it is. ఇక్కడ లాగింగ్ అయితే ఎంతమంది? హార్డ్లీ 10 users అనుకోండి. So here users are less and technology, like other technologies are like not there. So obviously this will be faster. Okay, so every organization will use Pega to develop their internal applications only. Okay, so with this application, how many tickets they are registering? Well, business something present. And with this application, how many credit cards they're registering, their business is improving. How many loans they're registering, their business is improving. So these applications, whatever we are calling as intranet, so ఈ applications ని technical గా business processing applications అంటాం. Okay, any of that tool, చాలా టూల్స్ ఉంటాయి మార్కెట్లో, ఎనీ ఆఫ్ దట్ టూల్ విచ్ ఈస్ టు ఆటోమేట్ ఇంటర్నల్ అప్లికేషన్స్, దీన్ని బిజినెస్ ప్రాసెస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ టూల్ అంటాం. సో ఫైనల్లీ Pega ఈజ్ వన్ BPM టూల్. Getting my point? Pega ఈజ్ వన్ BPM tool. Now with this Pega, can't I design external websites? And it is actually possible. Okay, but what is the problem here? Ante consider city is the client అనుకోండి, and ఈ particular city వాళ్ళు they wanted to design some application with Pega. So they have to first get license from Pega systems కదా. Okay, now Pega will give this product license in two different factors. One is like number of users, and the other one is like number of work object IDs antaru, or okay, number of reference numbers అనుకోండి, just for you to understand. Okay, number of users or number of work object IDs. Work object IDs అంటే nothing but transactions అనుకోండి. Okay, so number of transactions base చేసుకున్నాం or number of users base చేసుకున్నాం. So here maybe in Hyderabad we are starting a new bank like ABC. Consider ఇప్పుడు మనకు స్టార్ట్అప్ బ్యాంక్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం ABC, and we just wanted to go for only loans for today. Okay, startup కదా, only loans వరకు చేస్తాం. So all other banks loans ki, home loan ki, they're charging almost like 9% అనుకోండి. We wanted to give it only for 6%. So this is to attract multiple customers, right? And this ABC bank, what they're doing, we wanted to design this application with the Pega, and that too only 10 bank employees are. Bank employees are 10 and the users are 10. So if I'm taking Pega license based on the users, if you're taking Pega license based on the users, then license cost కొంచెం తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. So here, since we are giving like almost 6% or huge discount, so even from Hyderabad or Delhi or Mumbai, different locations నుంచి people are coming and taking loan at us. అంటే transaction numbers are increasing. Am I correct? Customers are increasing, references are increasing. So if that is the scenario, so this Pega might ask them to change the license type to based on number of transactions. Getting my point? Based on number of transactions. So that ఇక్కడ license related గా factor అవుతుంది. Okay. So this statement you will not understand completely right away, but just try to understand for whatever I'm talking. Consider you take Facebook application. Consider you take Facebook application. Facebook లో ఎంతమంది users ఉంటారు? Millions, right? మేబీ 1 person కి మల్టిపుల్ అకౌంట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, సో అంటే ఇఫ్ దిస్ అప్లికేషన్ ఈస్ డెవలప్డ్ ఆన్ పెగా, కన్సిడర్ సో మిలియన్స్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్, అండ్ ఎవ్రీ యూజర్ విల్ డూ డిఫరెంట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ కదా. ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ అంటే సో యాజ్ అన్ యూజర్ ఐ లాగిన్, I'll try to send one friend request for అదొక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. Yes, right? So maybe I'll try to share one update అనుకోండి. It's kind of one reference and one transaction generating, right? So here users count will be more as well as some transactions count will be more if that is the scenario. So this Facebook should pay huge license cost for this Pega systems. So that is the reason. So the main public applications are not meant to be developed with Pega. సో ఇప్పుడు ఫేస్బుక్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఉంటారు కదా ఇంటర్నల్గా. సో ఇంటర్నల్లీ దేర్ విల్ బి సమ్ అప్లికేషన్ టు చెక్ ఫర్ దేర్ అటెండెన్స్. యామ్ ఐ కరెక్ట్? Internally, there will be one application to check for their salary management. And there will be something to design, whatever it is, some backend editions and con. So these applications, not every one of us will be using, only limited employees. So these will be automated with Pega. That is what I'm saying. సో ఈ అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్ చేయటం కూడా చాలా కాంప్లికేటెడ్. సో డోంట్ గో ఫర్ ఎక్స్ట్రా కోడింగ్, జస్ట్ యూజ్ దిస్ పెగా అండ్ డెవలప్ దిస్ ఇంటర్నల్ అప్లికేషన్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద ఫైనల్ సొల్యూషన్ ఇస్. సో హియర్ ఫైనలీ పెగా ఈస్ developing internal applications of any website. Consider you wanted to shop something at IKEA. Okay, so two channels ఉంటాయి. అదేంటంటే డైరెక్ట్లీ IKEA వెబ్సైట్లో యూ కెన్ డూ సంథింగ్, రైట్? Okay, or if you go to IKEA store in person, there what you'll do, you'll take some time and do all the shopping ante kada. After that you will go to counter number 1 for billing. So అక్కడ ఒక అప్లికేషన్ ఉంటుందా, అక్కడ ఒక అప్లికేషన్ ఉంటుంది కదా. మేబీ ఆఫ్టర్ యువర్ బిల్లింగ్ ఇస్ డన్, నెక్స్ట్ యూ మైట్ గో టు counter 2 for home delivery, different application, right? And you might go to counter number 3 for something like home installation, and counter number 4 something kind of transport. So these applications are completely developed on Pega. So ante with Pega we can design internal applications of any sector. It can be banking sector, banking internal applications undava, yes, right? And it can be healthcare sector, it can be insurance sector, it can be retail sector, it can be e-commerce sector, or it can be like automobile sector, okay, or telecom sector, whatever it is. So today, if you are going for some interview, మీ రెజ్యూమేలో ఆల్రెడీ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ ప్లానింగ్ ఫర్ అన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ అనుకోండి, రెజ్యూమేలో ఆల్రెడీ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ పెట్టాలి కదా. సో దేర్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంక్లూడ్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్. సో ఐ వర్క్డ్ ఆన్ బ్యాంకింగ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్, దిస్ ఈజ్ మై క్లయింట్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద డిస్క్రిప్షన్. బ్యాంకింగ్లో కూడా యూ మైట్ బి వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ పోర్టల్, you might be working on loan portal, whatever it is, right? So these are all the sectors. So in interviews, they might ask you, are you having any experience in banking sector? Or are you having any experience in healthcare sector? ఇలా అన్నమాట. So today, most projects are running on this one. All the banking internal applications are running on Pega today. So Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of America, HSBC, okay, everything is running on Pega. And you take insurance sector, and you take telecom sector, whatever it is, every sector lo Pega is like leading highest role. ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇంటర్నల్ అప్లికేషన్స్ డెవలప్ చేయడానికి ఓన్లీ పెగానే ఉందా అంటే నో, దేర్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ బీపీఎం టూల్స్. యాజ్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ, పెగా ఈజ్ వన్ బీపీఎం టూల్ కదా. సో దేర్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ బీపీఎం టూల్స్, అవుట్ ఆఫ్ విచ్ పెగా ఈజ్ లైక్ టాప్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్. సో ఇప్పుడు మేబీ ఏపీఎన్ అని విన్నారా? ఎస్ రైట్, ఏపీఎన్ విన్నారా? చెప్పండి ఆన్లైన్ పీపుల్. అవుట్
Yes.
సిస్టమ్స్.
Yes.
సో ఏపీఎన్ అవుట్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఇవన్నీ కాంపిటేటర్స్. బట్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, పెగా ఈజ్ లైక్ మోస్ట్ వైడ్లీ యూస్డ్. సో ఇప్పుడు అవుట్ సిస్టమ్స్ కూడా చాలా మంది వినే ఉంటారు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఈక్వల్లీ ఫేమస్ అనమాట జనరల్లీ. బట్ అవుట్ సిస్టమ్స్లో ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి అంటే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ డెవలప్డ్ ఆన్ .NET. దీని బ్యాకెండ్ అంతా ఏంటి? .NET. పెగా బ్యాకెండ్ అంతా Java. So if it is generally .NET based, so there will be an issue with operating system. అంటే application whatever I'm developing, this will be running only on Microsoft based. అంటే విండోస్ ల్యాప్టాప్లోనే వర్క్ అయ్యే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి. బట్ ఇఫ్ సంథింగ్ ఈజ్ డెవలప్డ్ ఆన్ జావా, ఇట్ విల్ బి వర్కింగ్ ఇన్ ఎనీ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్. ఓకే, సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు ఫేస్బుక్ అప్లికేషన్ తీసుకోండి. మీకు ఒక స్మార్ట్ వాచ్ ఉంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ ఓపెన్ బ్రౌజర్ దేర్, కెన్ యూ హిట్ దట్ అండ్ గెట్ ద డేటా? ఎస్ రైట్. మేబీ ఒక స్మాల్ సింబియాన్ ఫోన్లో కూడా, అంటే ఓల్డ్ కీప్యాడ్ మొబైల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, సో అందులో కూడా మేబీ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు యాక్సెస్ సంథింగ్, యూ మైట్ గెట్ సమ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. Maybe normal Android phone or iPhone or tab or small laptop or bigger laptop, small TV or bigger TV, whatever it is. Okay, or even washing machine లో కూడా some software run అవుతుందా? అండ్ ఈవెన్ కార్స్ తీసుకోండి, కార్లో సమ్ డాష్ బోర్డ్ స్క్రీన్స్ ఉంటాయి, there is something software running out, right? Okay, so here if something is running irrespective of the platform, generally Java అయితే background Java అయితే it will work out. Okay, so if it is like maybe different different BPM tools లో mostly background Java అయితే కాదు. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే background is Java, so it works in every cross platform. And this Pega is nothing new for us. చాలా మంది మేబీ మీరు బిగినర్స్ కాబట్టి యూ మైట్ థింక్ పెగా మైట్ బి ఫేమస్ ఇన్ ద రీసెంట్ 2 years or 5 years, అంతే కదా. బట్ ఐడియలీ నో. సో పెగా ఈజ్ లైక్ టాప్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్ ఫ్రమ్ పాస్ట్ 30 years. 1980s స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాను. ఇనీషియల్గా వెన్ దే ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ పెగా, ఓకే, వెన్ దే ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ పెగా, బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ డెవలప్డ్ ఆన్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్, C# में डेवलप అయింది. So slowly they felt like this is to be upgraded to Java, so that everywhere it should be cross-platformed together. Okay, so now major advantage ఏంటంటే this is running on Java. Second most advantage ఏంటంటే this is 95% automated. You take any requirement, everything is automated. Okay, so here and then small requirements ఉంటాయి. Maybe once in 5 years మీకు అలాంటి requirements రావచ్చు. So for that, there might not be predefined Java code. In that case, what you have to do? You have to write your own Java code. That too, writing a Java code is not allowed for every one of us. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లోకి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, ఆర్ సపోజ్ మీరు నౌకరీలోనా ఎక్కడైనా మీరు సెర్చ్ చేస్తే పెగా రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ వాటెవర్ సెర్చ్ చేస్తే, సో పెగా రిక్వైర్మెంట్ 10+ years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ అండ్ వీ రిక్వైర్ జాబ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో జావా నాలెడ్జ్ అన్నట్టు చూస్తారు సమ్ టైమ్స్, వెరీ ఆఫెన్. అంటే ఫర్ సమ్ పొజిషన్స్ దే ఆర్ ఈవెన్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ జావా, రైట్? వై అంటే యాజ్ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ టుడే Pega is completely automated, which might be 95%. And you take its previous version. సో ప్రీవియస్ వర్షన్ అంటే నో డౌట్ ఆటోమేషన్ కొంచెం లెస్ ఉంటుంది కదా. అండ్ ఇంకా పాస్ట్ వర్షన్లో సమ్వేర్ ఆటోమేషన్ లెస్ ఉంటుంది కదా. అంటే కన్సిడర్ 5 years బ్యాక్ ఓన్లీ 75% ఆటోమేటెడ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ 80, నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ 90. స్లోగా ఆటోమేషన్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుందా లేదు? సో ఇఫ్ మై క్లయింట్, సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు నేనే ఇంటర్వ్యూర్ అనుకోండి, ఇఫ్ మై ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఈస్ రన్నింగ్ ఆన్ ఓల్డర్ వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ పెగా, సో అక్కడ డెవలప్మెంట్ అంతా హౌ యూస్ టు డూ, జావా కోడ్ రాసుకోవాల్సి వచ్చేది కదా. అండ్ స్లోలీ మై ప్రాజెక్ట్ వాంటెడ్ టు అప్గ్రేడ్ టు ద లేటెస్ట్ పెగా వర్షన్. పెగాలో లేటెస్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ వచ్చాయి కాబట్టి మై క్లయింట్ ఈస్ ప్లానింగ్ టు అప్గ్రేడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఓల్డర్ వర్షన్ టు హైయెస్ట్ వర్షన్. ఇన్ దట్ సినారియో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఆల్రెడీ జావా కోడ్ హ్యాండ్ రిటర్న్, సో దాన్ని సమ్వేర్ రిమూవ్ చేయడం, డీకమిషన్ చేయడం, అండ్ మేబీ ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్గా ఉన్న దానికి లింక్ చేయడం, ఇలా సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ మాన్యువల్ థింగ్స్ కోసం లిటిల్ జావా నాలెడ్జ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళని తీసుకుంటాం. వెరీ రేర్ సినారియోస్. గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్? సో అంటే 99% యూ నీడ్ నాట్ లెర్న్ ఎనీ జావా. మేబీ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ యూ ఆర్ యూ హ్యావింగ్ జావా నాలెడ్జ్ అంటే స్ట్రైట్ అవే సే మై ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఈస్ రన్నింగ్ ఆన్ సో అండ్ సో ఇన్ఫినిటీ వర్షన్. I'll tell you what is infinity. My Pega project is running on so and so upgraded version, where custom Java code is not required or custom Java code is not done. I did not get a chance to work on. I worked on this predefined part or I worked on this OOTB part అన్నట్టు చెప్పాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో అంటే ఐ డోంట్ నో ఎనీథింగ్ అని చెప్పడంలో నో మిస్టేక్ అట్ ఆల్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సెయింగ్. Okay, so finally we are saying like Pega is one BPM tool. So if you start looking at jobs in Naukri, akkada you'll see it as Pega jobs. You'll see it as Pega BPM jobs. You'll see it as Pega PRPC jobs. ఇలా చాలా ఉంటాయి. సో డైరెక్ట్గా Pega jobs, Pega BPM jobs, Pega PRPC jobs, Pega CSA, Pega CWSA, maybe Pega LSA, సో Pega business analyst, ఇలా different type of Pega positions ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, అవుట్ ఆఫ్ విచ్ Pega BPM is something related to us అనే క్లారిటీ వచ్చింది. ఓకే, నౌ వాట్ ఈస్ PRPC అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ CSA ఇవి కూడా తెలుస్తాయి. సిమిలర్లీ ఇక్కడ Pega అనే వర్డ్ చూసారు అంటే, సో Pega జాబ్స్ అనే వర్డ్ చూసారంటే ద రిక్రూటర్ హూ ఎవర్ హ్యాస్ పోస్టెడ్, అంతే కదా, ఈ జాబ్ ఎవరో పోస్ట్ చేస్తారు కదా కంపెనీలో, ద రిక్రూటర్ హూ ఎవర్ హ్యాస్ పోస్టెడ్ దే మైట్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ కంప్లీట్ Pega నాలెడ్జ్. సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు ఐఎమ్ వర్కింగ్ యాజ్ అన్ హెచ్ఆర్ అనుకోండి ఇన్ సమ్ కంపెనీ, ఐ మైట్ నాట్ నో కంప్లీట్లీ అబౌట్ Pega, రైట్? ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఐ డూ, Pega జాబ్స్ అంతే. సో ఈజ్ లైక్ Pega PRPC జాబ్సా, Pega RPA జాబ్సా, Pega డెసిషన్ మేకింగ్ జాబ్సా అనేది ఇట్స్ నాట్ క్లియర్లీ మెన్షన్. సో ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ పోస్టింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ Pega జాబ్స్, నో డౌట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు Pega BPM అనేది, బికాస్ దిస్ ఈస్ మోస్ట్. ఓకే, ఇదంతా దీనికి ఇంటర్నల్ రిలేటెడే. సో ప్యారల్గా RPA డెసిషన్ మేకింగ్ ఇలా ఉంటాయి. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సీ Pega jobs, happily you can apply for that job. If you see Pega BPM, you can apply. If you see Pega PRPC, you can apply. Pega CSA, you can apply. Okay. For now, we're understanding these two things. Okay. What is PRPC and other things could will come to. So finally, Pega is one BPM tool. So here, ABC is our company అనుకోండి. In Hyderabad, we wanted to start a bank. And I wanted to design one credit card application. Okay, so just to get this application done, initial development జరగాలా లేదా? Yes, right. I wanted to create one credit card application. What should happen? We have to first develop it. Development and no physical coding. So drag and dropping, backend part, whatever it is. Once development is done, general next stage testing. So once development is done, next testing phase will be done. Testing tarvata, testing phase complete అయిన తర్వాత జనరల్గా ఏం జరుగుతుంది? UAT or staging అంటారు. UAT అంటే ఏంటి? ద రియల్ యూజర్ యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ టెస్ట్, రియల్ యూజర్స్ వస్తారు. ఓకే, కన్సిడర్ ఐఎమ్ లైక్ ఎన్ సిటీ బ్యాంక్ హెడ్ అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆల్ ఆర్ Pega డెవలపర్స్, ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఐ డోంట్ ఎనీథింగ్ Pega, అంతే కదా. సో మై రిక్వైర్మెంట్, ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు గెట్ వన్ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ అప్లికేషన్. సో నాకు ఇన్ని స్క్రీన్స్ కావాలి. స్క్రీన్ 1 ఐ వాంట్ దీస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్. స్క్రీన్ 2 ఐ వాంట్ దీస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్. సబ్మిట్ చేసి ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు గో టు ఈమెయిల్ ట్రిగ్గరింగ్ ఆర్ వర్క్ బాస్కెట్స్, హ్యాండ్ ఆఫ్ టు అదర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, వాటెవర్. I'll share my functional requirements with my business analyst. Business analyst will split it out into different user stories and I'll make SNJs మీతో డెవలప్మెంట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఇది కదా ప్రాసెస్ అంతా. సో ఈ మేబీ వన్స్ యూ ఆర్ కంప్లీట్లీ డన్, దెన్ టెస్టింగ్ టీమ్ వాళ్ళు రియల్గా టెస్ట్ చేయాలి డిఫరెంట్ సినారియోస్ తరోగా. సో వన్స్ టెస్టింగ్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో డన్ అయిపోయినట్టే కదా జనరల్గా. బట్ ఫర్దర్ ఏముంటుందంటే రియల్ యూజర్స్ అంటే మా సైడ్ ఉన్న ఒరిజినల్ బ్యాంక్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఉంటారు కదా, దే విల్ కమ్. సో దే విల్ కమ్ అండ్ దే విల్ ట్రై టు చెక్ ఫర్ ద అప్లికేషన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ డెవలప్. అండ్ అక్కడ ఏమైనా ఇష్యూస్ ఐడెంటిఫై అయితే యూ హ్యావ్ టు అగైన్ ఫిక్స్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ డెవలపర్ ఆర్ వీ మైట్ గివ్ యూ సమ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా సజెషన్స్ ఆల్సో. వాట్ డూ మీన్ బై సజెషన్స్? Suppose this is the application what you designed అనుకోండి, where you are having cancel button here, submit button here. So now as a bank employee what I'm suggesting ante, so for all our bank employees right side cancel button ఉండటం అలవాటు. So can you please shuffle this అన్నట్టు new requirement can be possible, right? అవునా కదా? This is one extra suggestion. It's not a defect, it's an extra suggestion. Whatever it is, those will be running in like UAT phase or staging phase. And after staging is done, pre-prod ఉంటుంది. This is optional. And something like production. Production అంటే final to the prod servers. So for an application to be developed, not only development, rest everything should be done, right? So అంటే ఇక్కడ deployment process ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ఇంటిగ్రేటింగ్ విత్ థర్డ్ పార్టీతో ఉంటుంది. వర్షనైజింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటాయి. సో డిఫరెంట్ థింగ్స్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో నౌ Pega as an BPM tool, not only for development, it is doing every other thing also. Okay, if any client choosing Pega for their application development, it is providing end-to-end solution completely. సో డెవలప్మెంట్ ఈజీ చేయొచ్చు, టెస్టింగ్ ఈజీ చేయొచ్చు, రిపోర్టింగ్ ఈజీ చేయొచ్చు, ఇంటిగ్రేషన్స్ ఈజీ చేయొచ్చు, డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ పార్ట్, వర్షనైజింగ్ పార్ట్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ద ఎంటైర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ సైకిల్ ఆర్ ఫర్ ఎంటైర్ application cycle, we can able to just rely on Pega. Okay, fine. So this is making applications development easy. And additionally, it is providing something called data visualization or reporting. What do you mean by data visualization or reporting? And that showing the raw data in some pictorial form. Suppose every one of you mostly you will be using smartwatches, right? Smartwatch. Smartwatch you'll be getting some information of how many steps you walk per day and how many glasses of water you drink. Oh, no? How many flights you climb. Okay, how many stairs you climb or how many hours of exercise you are doing. Ante kada. So ee particular data anta it will be maintained in your database. So ante me smartwatch lo small memory card database it will be there it will be maintained. And a particular data, suppose background if this is the database for today's date, something like number of steps as 1000 and 8 glasses of water ila tabular form lo untunda leda. And if you are getting the data in the same boring tabular form, it is very difficult for understanding. Okay, so ikkada if you are getting the same information in this way, chala easy and attractive ga untunda leda? Yes, right? So ante getting raw data in some pictorial form, we call it as data visualization or data reporting. Okay, so if I am a bank manager, maybe ఇప్పుడు మీరందరూ బ్యాంక్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ అనుకోండి. సో వీ ఆల్ డోంట్ నో పెగా. సో ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ ఏం చేస్తాడు, హీ విల్ బి డీలింగ్ క్రెడిట్. Second person, he will be dealing with loan customers, whatever it is. Every day before you leave the bank, me duty ఏంటంటే you have to send one report to me. What's that report? So there must be something like a pie chart or some graphical chart like this. So how many gold loans or how many agricultural loans or how many home loans? So I have to get this data in some pictorial mode so that it will be easy for our tracking. అంతేనా? సో డైలీ స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ చెక్ చేయడానికి ఎంత ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఒక అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో డేటా అంతా డేటాబేస్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు పుల్ అవుట్ దిస్ రా డేటా ఇన్ సమ్ పిక్టోరియల్ మోడ్, సో విజువలైజేషన్ కమ్స్ ఇన్ టు పిక్చర్. And in Pega, such visualization is also inbuilt. I'll drag and drop a pie chart and select whatever I wanted. No doubt ఒక graph generate అయిపోతుంది. అలా కాకుండా if I'm not using Pega అనుకోండి, సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు Pega యూజ్ చేయకుండా ఐఎమ్ డెవలపింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ మాన్యువల్లీ, జావా కోడ్ రాసుకోవటం ఆర్ XML whatever, everything. In that scenario, for this reporting, you have to use external softwares or external tools. Tableau విన్నారా? Tableau విన్నారా? Yes, right? Microsoft Power BI విన్నారా? Okay, so these are such reporting tools. Getting my point? These are such reporting tools. Now you have to take Tableau license separately, and the cost ఉంటుంది. And you have to take Power BI license separately, and your client will take. అది ఎంత కాస్ట్ ఉంటుంది? So if ABC client, if they are taking Power BI, additionally he has to hire some developers also కదా. మీకు Power BI రాదు, మీరు Pega developers అంతే. బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ లో యూ హ్యావ్ టు హైర్ టాబ్లూ డెవలపర్స్. వాళ్ళకి పే చేయాలా లేదా? లైసెన్స్ కి పే చేయాలి, వాళ్ళకి పే చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ కాస్ట్లియర్ ప్రాసెస్ అవుతుందా లేదా? బట్ విత్ పెగా రిపోర్టింగ్ పార్ట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇంక్లూడెడ్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ డూ విత్ టాబ్లూ, సేమ్ థింగ్ యూ కెన్ డూ విత్ పెగా ఆల్సో. ఫైన్. అండ్ ఈవెన్ పెగా ఈస్ డూయింగ్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ integrations. Okay, as I told you, if your application wanted to integrate with third-party application, okay, so for that you are supposed to go for some background processing. Consider this is like request application antaru kada, and this is like provider. Provider is also called upstream, and this is also called downstream. So between two applications, backend technology same ga untayani guarantee undi. Can we guarantee backend technologies to be same every time? No, right? No. So this RBI application might be developed on Java. And today we are creating a new project and I wanted to go with Pega. Okay, no doubt I wanted to integrate with RBI. So RBI వాళ్ళు Java use చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి, so are we forced to use Java అంటే not correct approach, right? అంతేనా? It's not correct. So irrespective of backend technologies, two applications must be interacted. Am I correct? Two applications must be interacted. So in this process, in between data conversions anta, some universal languages loki convert avali. Universal language. What do you mean by universal language? So consider this is project number 1. Project number 2, project number 3, maybe project number 4, maybe Facebook project, Flipkart project, or Amazon project, whatever it is. So this might be purely developed on Java. Backend database untunda leda? Database ante nothing but SQL queries, right? And this Facebook ki front end screens untai kada? So everywhere front end will be developed with only HTML and CSS antena? And this Flipkart application might be developed on Python. Still front end will be same, back end will be same. Yes, right? You take any backend technology in the world, either this .NET, Java, Python, whatever it is. So every technology should understand SQL queries, correct? And every technology should understand front end part. That is the reason this and this, we call it as universal. Even after 100 years. మేబీ మీకు కొత్త కొత్త టూల్స్ వచ్చినా కొత్త కొత్త వచ్చినా, నో డౌట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ HTML, నో డౌట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ అండర్స్టాండ్ SQL. ఓకే, అందుకని ఇఫ్ యూ లెర్న్ HTML, CSS అండ్ SQL maybe for one time, okay, even after 10 years it might be helpful for you. Even after 10 years it might be helpful for you. Okay, that's fine. Today every tool ఇవన్నీ ఆటోమేట్ అయిపోతుంది. You need not learn physically, that is different story. So what I'm trying to say is every application is understanding HTML. Likewise, every application can understand some common languages like XML also, and something like JSON also, and something like text, something like HTML, and something like CSV. ఇలా కొన్ని formats ఉంటాయి. So you are supposed to convert your Java content into that XML structure, which will be understandable by this technology, right? and they will be converting here. So likewise, this process will be purely automated. So meaning integration part is also included in Pega. Okay, I'll talk about this integration part. I'm just giving you heads up of each and every requirement what generally will cover in future. సో రిపోర్టింగ్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది కదా, సో దానిలో చాలా రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ వర్క్ చేస్తాం. అండ్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ పార్ట్, సో హ్యూజ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్. ఇంటిగ్రేషన్స్ అంటే విల్ ట్రై టు వర్క్ హౌ ద డిజైన్ విల్ బి ఎట్ ప్రొవైడర్స్ లెవెల్ and how the design should be at requesters level. And in between automation of that, there will be something called SOAP related part, REST related part, Cobra related part, Okay, and how to work with connect to SOAP, connect to REST, service SOAP, service REST, how to handle exceptional handlings at providers level. ఇప్పుడు ప్రొవైడర్ సైడ్ డ్యూటీ ఏంటి? రిక్వెస్టర్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఇన్పుట్ సెండ్ చేస్తే ప్రొవైడర్ షుడ్ కన్వర్ట్ అండ్ సెండ్ ఇట్ బ్యాక్, రైట్? మేబీ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ ఫెయిలింగ్, then how to handle that exception failure scenario, how are you handling? Okay, and how to handle such exceptions at requesters level, how to go for simulations from a data page, how to go for simulations from an activity. So these all are like connected discussions, how to go for authentication based matter. So we'll try to understand in detail about each and everything, but today what I'm concluding is Pega application can be easily integrated with third party. You need not write anywhere XML coding, you need not write Java coding or SQL, whatever it is. Okay, and parallelly, it is even helping us with some other things also. I'll explain about these things in tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'll make you understand about certifications and other things. And then we'll start our actual project. So how to create one application? As I told you, on a total of 4 projects మీద వర్క్ చేస్తాం. Banking project is what I'm taking care personally. And మీకు అదే 4.5 months వరకు టైం పడుతుంది. So how to create banking application? How to create frameworks in that? Maybe how to create implementations in that? So maybe how to uh, design our UI part, backend part, everything from zero to advanced level will come to know. So tomorrow also we'll have some high level discussion on every topic ఇలా అన్నమాట. Okay, so online or offline tomorrow కూడా same link యూస్ చేసుకుని జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. అండ్ టుడే హూవర్ హ్యాస్ జాయిన్ సంథింగ్ న్యూ, ఓకే, నిన్న జాయిన్ అయిన వాళ్ళైతే ఓకే. సో ఈ రోజు ఎవరైనా కొత్తగా జాయిన్ అయి ఉంటుంటే you just drop an message on this number. So this is our WhatsApp number. You may or you may not have this by this time. So you just drop an message. I joined today's demo. Yesterday message is not required. Okay, only whoever has joined it today. So you just drop an message so that you'll be getting recording also. Okay, clear, right, everyone of you? Any doubts, any questions? సో టుమారో, ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు మీ మైండ్లో ఇంకా చాలా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో సర్టిఫికేషన్స్ వైజ్ ఇవన్నీ ఏంటనేది. సో టుమారో వన్స్ వీఆర్ కంప్లీటింగ్ అబౌట్ దిస్, సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి లైక్ క్లియర్, నో డౌట్ ఇన్ ఇట్. అండ్ స్టిల్ ఇంకా క్లియర్ అవ్వకపోతే వీ కెన్ టేక్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ పార్ట్ టుమారో. ఓకే, సో హోప్ ఎవరీవన్ ఈస్ క్లియర్. గుడ్ టు క్లోజ్ ఎవరీవన్ ఆన్లైన్.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hi Chandra, can you please explain, is a CDH or Constellation or Gen AI or upgrade to Pega PRPC, or do we need to learn first Pega PRPC to learn then
PRPC is
CDH?
consolidatedly including constellation part today. That is what I'm saying, right? So Pega PRPC lone you are having like Gen AI, you are having like Constellation part, and CDH part has to be taken separately. So based on the version what you are using, okay, maybe ఇప్పుడు cloud version use చేస్తే 24 version use చేస్తే its front end is completely based on Constellation. It is there కదా, ఇంకా మీరు separate గా మీరు upgrade చేసేది ఏం లేదు. PRPC itself ఉంది దాని. If it is like older versions, you are not having that. We'll cover all these things, don't worry.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. You just try to check our course content. Maybe మీరు ఈ రోజే జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు అనుకుంటే కనుక you just messages. So మీ course content కూడా వస్తుంది. You can just check there also. Every part, everything will be covered as per that. Sure. Thank you. Thank you.